ready. Good morning. It's a pleasure to call this meeting of the Mayor and Board of Aldermen for the City of Natchez to order. I'd like to invite everyone to please stand for our prayer to be followed by our pledge. Let us pray. Father, we come to you during this special time of year, thanking you for our blessings, thanking you for each and every day that you give us. And Father, also remembering at this time of year those who are less fortunate, and praying, O Lord, that we can be great stewards of what you have given us to give unto others as you have given unto us. Father, we thank you for your Son and the gift of Christ that truly is the meaning of the season. Father, now as we go through our meeting, our agenda, may all of our conversation, all of our decisions, all that we do be pleasing in your sight. And in your precious name we pray. Amen. Amen. Let us repeat together. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. We'll ask the clerk to administer the roll call.
Alderwoman Hall.
Here.
Alderman Frazier.
Here.
Alderwoman Smith. Here. Alderwoman Irving. Alderman Davis.
Here.
Alderman Maroney.
Here.
Mr. Mayor, all are present and accounted for with the exception of Alderwoman Irving.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. At this time, we will now have approval of minutes.
I've got a request for two different sets of minutes. The first being the November 25th, 2025 special called meeting.
So moved.
Second.
A motion has been made by Alderman Davis, seconded by Alderwoman Hall. Discussion. We'll call for the question.
Call.
We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. The motion carries. Next item.
Okay. Second set is the November 25th, 2025 regular board meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderwoman Smith, seconded by Alderman Davis. Discussion. We'll call for the question.
Call.
We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. The motion carries. Y'all, we now come to our welcome visitors. Before we introduce Ms. Brown, I do want to welcome a visitor who's not on the agenda. Just thank you. Jim Marler, representing Lieutenant Governor Delbert Hosemann, just stopped in to say Merry Christmas to us. And it's always good to see you, Mr. Marler.
Always love to see you.
Thank you. And our best wishes to the Lieutenant Governor and all that he does for Mississippi and for Natchez. Thank you. On our list of visitors, we have Sherry Brown, President and Treasurer of A Blessing in Disguise, Inc. And you are now recognized for 5 minutes, Ms. Brown. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Gibson, Board of Aldermen and Board of Women for having me come before you this morning to make this presentation. I guess I can say that I had an epiphany. I'm not going to speak off the cuff. I'm going to read my presentation to you so that I can make sure it's thorough, clear, and concise so that everyone understands what my mission is at this point. So my nonprofit charity, A Blessing in Disguise, was founded by me to help single mothers in need with little or no financial support and to focus on the well-being of her child or her children. My mom never remarried after her husband and my father was tragically killed when I was 5 years old. This is my mission now. I believe if my mother was still alive, she might have felt some kind of way having me refer to her as single. My mom was the epitome of a Southern lady and always wanted to be known as Mrs. Perry. She raised me on a teacher salary, and I now realize how difficult that must have been. My charity is also in memory of my late husband, Boyd Brown Jr., an NFL alum who passed away in 2014 on the 18th of December. He was a hardworking man who loved faith, his family, and of course, football. Let me present you with some statistics. There are 4 categories that list mothers as being single. The first one is never been married, separated, divorced, or widowed. And unbeknownst to me, now that I'm a widow, I guess I fall into this category. Even though my children are grown, they still take rent in my head and live out of my pocketbook sometimes. But at any rate, there was a posting by the Annie E. Casey Foundation, October 30th, 2014. In 2013, 35% of the United States children, which incorporates about 24.6 million, lived in single-parent families. The percentage of children living in these households has increased by 13%, approximately 4 million more children since the year 2000. 3/4 of these families are headed by single mothers. According to the United States Census Bureau in 2022, it estimates that mothers maintain 80% of one-parent family groups with a child under 18. The Center for American Progress 2023 cited 7% of Asian children live with a single mother, 13% of white children, 23% of Hispanic children, 31% listed as other, and 47% of Black children lived with a single mother. So my mission is to help single mothers put a smile or smiles on her child or children's faces on December 25th. Toys and gifts can bring a sense of well-being and a sense of optimism to a child when times are stressful. As an only child, I can just imagine what it must have been like growing up in a household with other siblings and waking up on Christmas Day, opening your gifts and laughing. Being that I was an only child, I did that by myself, which is also a blessing in disguise because I didn't have any sibling rivalry. But at any rate, I wanted to do this to help children who really, during Christmas, when single parents had no other resources or no other support to be able to buy gifts for or toys for their children during Christmas. There was a song that was written, or it's a gospel song, and it's, if I can help somebody as I walk along, then my living will not be in vain. So this is my mission, and I have some brochures I would like to hand to each one of you. And also it gives a little more in detail my mission, my principle, and my vision. So if I could hand these to someone, that'd be great.
We'll just
Pass
have
them
them
along.
passed down. Ms. Brown, thank you. It was my pleasure to get to know your mother and to visit with y'all. I remember visiting a few times at Zion Chapel.
Yes.
And thank you for this mission. And we do encourage all to support. You know, we have a new single mother in our community right now who was a victim of, sadly, displaced from her home during the fire at Terra Apartments, gave birth to twin girls the very next day, having lost everything. And so I think of her, and I think of so many in need at this time, and what a great thing you've done, and to also, in loving memory of Mr. Boyd Brown Jr. So we will gladly share on our social media any information you'd like to provide my assistant that she can get through our social media manager. And thank you for being a blessing to our community.
Okay. Oh, any questions?
Any questions?
Thank
No.
you very much.
I don't have any questions, Mr. Mayor, but I would just like to
Yes,
say,
Alderman.
I was, her mother, I've talked to her mother numerous of times. She was very inspirational in what she did. And like I said, and I appreciate it. Your husband, Boyd Brown, I know him from college and although I'm a Jacksonian, but he is in one of our Alcorn Hall of Famers, if I'm not mistaken. He's a great Boyd Brown. So and I think was your husband from Woodford?
Crosby, Mississippi.
Crosby, Mississippi.
Mhm.
I'm proud of Crosby. I'm looking at your brochure. I also see that you reached out to another NFL family member.
I did. This is the second year that I have, this year, I'll put it this way, I've chosen a young lady from Natchez. So in the future, people used to ask me, how do you go about choosing your mothers? Usually it's by word of mouth, or if I have someone who knows someone who's in need without any other financial support, then I'll reach out to them. But thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, and Merry Christmas, and God bless you. Thank you. Next, we have Mr. Greg West. Grateful to have you here, Mr. West, and we look forward to what you're about to share. By the way, I just received the good news. I want to share this. Just received this last night that the Boys and Girls Club of America has now pledged a $100,000 gift to the future Natchez Boys and Girls Club. Just waiting on approval through the school board, the county, and I'm hoping that by January, the city can come together on how we're going to support. Mr. West, I just have to get that out because it's just such a,
And we need to communicate
Such
with
a
the
good
National
thing.
Boys and Girls Club.
and
themselves.
yes, I believe my assistant Richard Burke was in communication on that regard last week.
I think the board needs to also have some of that communication.
That's why I'm mentioning it now. I think we all need to be discussing it because it is coming. $100,000 gift. What a great thing. I just wanted to share that news. I just received that news last night, and I'm very grateful to hear that news. 100,000 is a very generous grant to provide programs for our youth. Mr. West, you have the floor. 5 minutes.
Good afternoon.
Good
to the
afternoon.
Mayor and all the board.
Good morning.
Good morning. All persons. I've been before you and the county and the school board for some financial support for high school sports state championships row. And with the support of all three agencies, that has come to pass. I've come to you again for letters of support to name the high school track field in honor of Henry Doc Woods. To you, to the county, and finally to the school board to ask them to do that. And they have done it. Another time I came to you for financial support to help bring the Boys and Girls Club back to Natchez. And you have a copy of the article that was in the paper after the meeting, and I highlighted what is needed, $150,000. And of course, the mayor just mentioned and got approval, got word that the Boys and Girls Club of America is going to give $100,000. And you see also the Board of Supervisors have said that they're going to give $25,000.
Right.
So there's only $25,000 left
Yes.
that we need to get the ball rolling.
Mhm.
And I'm sure that will come to pass also.
Mhm.
So last but not least, my main reason for coming before you today, and next week, I'll be going to this county and the school board requesting vocal support in asking the citizens of our community to participate in a food fast the first 7 days of 2026, the first 7 hours of each day, so that evil won't rise up and manifest itself in our youth the entire year of 2026. Let me say that again. Food fast for the first 7 days of 2026, the first 7 hours of each day, so that evil won't rise up and manifest itself in our youth the entire year of 2026. As it has risen up, with the bomb threats at the high school, with the the fights that broke out at the high school with the happening in the communities. So we know that this will work. We know prayer work, but sometimes there's another level to go to if you really want it to happen. So I'm here to ask your support in that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any
Thank
questions?
We will definitely join in prayer and fasting. And I think it's a wonderful thing. I really do. Thank you for bringing this to our attention, Mr. West.
So, Mr. Mayor,
Yes,
will we
yes.
be taking the vote today on our contribution to?
We're not doing a contribution.
Alderwoman, I'm hoping that we can certainly get this done.
From the city?
It depends on this Board of Aldermen. The board would have to vote on that.
That's what I'm saying. Are we taking the vote today, the motion today?
Um,
No.
I'm saying,
You're saying what?
yes, Mr. West?
First is based on the school board decision next Tuesday. In order to receive the $100,000.
If you could come to the mic, Mr. West.
Yeah.
It's based on the school board's decision at their next meeting, which is Tuesday, whether or not to receive, well, not to offer the school, sign the agreement to offer Morgantown School for a place. And if that happens next week, then the $100,000 will be available.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
you can decide.
Okay.
All right. We'll wait to
Okay.
see what transpires next week.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. West. Thank you, Alderwoman.
Mhm.
We now will go to our next item, and this is Marcaria Harbor, and I may not be pronouncing that correctly. Okay, Marcaria Harbor, founder of the Comeback Initiative, presentation and discussion on the organizational mission, holiday food drive opportunities for partnership. And so, Ms. Harbor, we now recognize you for 5 minutes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's a little late, so.
You're on time.
Okay. I'm a bit nervous. I'm kind of new at this. I don't know if y'all can tell.
So would you speak
Speak
into the mic
mic.
a little
Oh.
louder, Ms. Harbor, so we can make sure everyone hears you?
Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Well, my name is Marcaria Harbor, and I'm the founder and executive director of the Comeback Initiative.
Speak
The
a little
Comeback
louder.
Initiative.
Louder.
The Comeback Initiative is a nonprofit that focuses on helping families get back into the groove of society as a productive citizen. I started this organization because I've seen firsthand how many people can fall through the cracks very fast, very easily. I'm nervous. Okay. I've seen firsthand how people can fall through the cracks. And it's not as easy as people assume that it may be to get back up, not without the support. And it's not because they lack motivation, it's because they don't have the support or the resources they need to get back into the groove of being a productive citizen. Right now, we are hosting a holiday food drive. I just recently, well, yesterday, I collected canned goods and a bunch of different other items from one of our locations, which was Moose Discount. We do serve the Miss Lou district, so it's not just Natchez. It will be Natchez, Vidalia, Ferreting, and we'll expand as we grow. I'm not here to ask for funding. All I'm here to ask for is basically partnership and recognition, and basically to help the people that need us find us. I think that is all I have for now.
Okay.
Ms. Harbor, if I could ask you a few questions. When did you start this organization?
Well, it's fairly new. we just got legalized about 2 months ago.
That's wonderful.
I said I've witnessed someone firsthand, but I've actually experienced it, which is what made me want to do this. I've always had a knack for wanting to help people. I said, if I was to ever become a millionaire, then my money wouldn't go on the, I wouldn't say baseless, countless things that they spend their money on, but I always wanted to help the people that didn't have the help. And I realized that I could start doing that now instead of waiting to have the funds. I mean, I'm not a millionaire. I don't have thousands, but with the support from the community and support from myself and my family, yesterday made me realize that I don't need thousands of dollars to help and start giving back.
Right.
So here we are in front of the board. I'm very nervous.
That's okay.
You're doing
You're doing a great job.
Thank
Yes,
you.
Alderwoman Smith.
How do you get the food out to the community? What's
So we just collected our first drop yesterday, as I've said. Our plan is to distribute care packages. And I was thinking of maybe cooking the meals, and me and a group of other people, volunteers, will walk around and maybe give out everything. I haven't really keyed down the specifics yet because I just got everything, but it's kind of a touch and go, build as you learn as you build process for me.
Well,
Mr. Mayor,
yes, Alderman Frazier.
let me say this, young lady. I want to thank you for having the courage to come before this board and ask this board for what you need. Very seldom we see people your age that come and ask for something like this. Evidently, for community service, you are very, very getting involved in your community. And I just want to thank you for coming to this board. Like I say you're a little nervous, but that's all go along with it, the process. But we understand. If any way possible, this board, I can only speak for myself. I'm not going to speak for the rest of the board. We will try to do something to help you because we don't have young people like you coming up here. Only time we see young people's company is there's a tragedy in the community or something there. But for you to come up here now, you are a strong young lady.
Thank you.
Yes, well said. Well said. Alderwoman Ernie.
Okay, and I do too want to, I don't want to go back and say the same things, but it's your experience that enabled you to come and stand before us today. When you speak on experience and you can provide the facts. And that's such a good thing to recognize that. I too just want to say thank you again for your courage, again for you having the desire, because God is going to give you what you need to bring this totally into fruition. And you're going to bring other people on board, okay, that want to volunteer and form maybe a board of some kind or a committee of some kind to assist you. But you got your start. You got your start. And so I personally too would like to step in and help with you with anything that you need to move forward. I can't speak for the board, but I can offer.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes, Alderwoman Hall, and then I'll come back
Ms.
to
Albert,
Alderman Smith.
Do you have a location for the food drop off?
Right now we have Moose Discount.
Or hopefully canned goods?
Yeah, Moose Discount.
Where's that
Where is
located?
that?
It's in Faraday.
Oh.
It's in Faraday.
gotcha.
And Vidalia, we have Papa T's, Tanton's. I don't know which y'all know it by. It's the gas station right by right up the street from Popeyes. And then y'all could also, I mean, I don't mind it being brought to my house because that's where everything is being stored at the moment. So I don't mind that. But for public, it'll be Moose Discount and Papa T's. I'm working on Natchez locations, but they are very hard to get a hold of. So as we go forward, I will be securing more locations. And we do have social media. I did include QR codes in your packets. I don't know if you do scan the social media, you can follow it for updates with our journey The monks did just walk through town,
Yes.
and we did donate to them. It wasn't nothing but a case of water and some granola bars and um, treats for the dog. But because I'm a dog person, but it was something,
Mhm.
and I got to speak with them. So
It's wonderful.
Mhm.
Alderwoman Smith?
Real quickly, I feel like one of the easier, lower hanging fruit to get done could be the care packages. They could have food and hygiene and winter, hats and things, gloves and things like that. But we've collected here for different things, boxes and for distribution. So, and it's been right in here and it works
Right.
really well. They can put them in the back in that little foyer right there.
Right.
And I'm assuming that Mayor Buzz would probably be happy to do that as well. Those might be two ideas for you.
Mhm.
And I know, like with the bank, we used to do the care packages for soldiers, but that unfortunately that nonprofit went away. But like we would be happy to do some boxes. So like getting the boxes where you can distribute them out to businesses like the hospital or the banks is a good way to get something done. So just some thoughts.
okay, thank
But
you.
let us know if you would like to have anything distributed.
I
from
would.
the city.
I would. I could bring a box up today if needed.
I want to say this, Ms. Harbor. It is in the Bible, despise not small beginnings. There's also, I have a favorite song. One of my favorite songs that we always sing in the church is "It Only Takes a Spark to get a fire burning." This is a spark,
Mhm.
and there's a great future ahead for you. God doesn't care as much about our ability as he does our availability. Thank you for making yourself available. I want to give you my card, and also on this card, I've written the name of our community liaison to the mayor's office, Ms. Vel Robinson, and she would, I know, be happy to work with you. Our Mayor's Youth Council is collecting items for some needy families right now. We also are working to help the individuals who are displaced at the Terra Apartments fire. There are so many opportunities, Stew Pod and others in our community. We have a real giving heart, obviously, in Natchez, and so we look forward to working with you. All right, and thank you. God bless you. Merry Christmas. We now will, and thanks again.
Thank you. Thank you guys, everyone.
Mhm.
Thank you. We now will move to our next presentation, Mr. Leo Fleming, and I understand he is joining us by way of virtual connection. Hello.
I am.
Hello.
How you
Mr.
doing?
Fleming, hello. It's a pleasure to have you with us. And you are here to discuss a company that you have you've been wanting to present to the board a long time, I understand. We have 5
Correct.
minutes.
All right, it's no problem. Again, my name is Leo Fleming. You have me and Neil Levitt here. Our company name is Your Public Adjuster. All we're bringing to the city is a proposal for us to inspect all of your buildings for property damage. We review your policies to let you know if you have any insurance gaps there. We do all of that for free. Typically, right here in Natchez, you all have had significant hail and tornado damage over the last year. We just kind of want to let the city know where you stand. None of what we do would cost you anything. Just looking for permission to inspect your buildings inside and out and give you a report as to where you stand with them. Neil, if you have anything to say, you
Mr.
can.
Fleming, I have a question. Have you had any conversation with Johnny Byrne? Byrne Insurance Agency handles our insurance.
No, I have not. I'm sure he's the agent. Correct. Agents don't typically handle claims, but is he the same agent also for the county? We're doing work right now for Adams County.
Mm-hmm.
What we do is just review what you have, and we'll let you know where you stand. If we get into the part that you have significant damage for a claim, we'll consult with Mr. Burns then, because a part of our claims process is giving you a free insurance to value report. He would need that to shop out your insurance and get you a competitive report. I mean, a competitive claim. I'm sorry, a competitive price range, yes.
Well,
But we have not reached out to him at this moment.
To do, Mr. Fleming, is to please provide a contract to the city clerk's office. All of our insurance is managed through the city clerk, and then the attorney could look at that, and we could discuss further steps with you once the city clerk and the attorney have looked at the paperwork that you could provide them.
Okay, we have provided that to you. It's within the emails we sent all of your board members along with the clerk. I don't mind resending it or sending it hard.
Okay.
That's no problem.
We would
The
need to
review,
look
I
at
understand
that.
the review.
Did you send a proposal? 'Cause
I
don't
did, yes, sir.
See it in the packet. I don't show that it's been provided. Okay. Please make sure to send that proposal to us. And then,
I will. I'll
go
send it
from
to you
there.
a hard copy, but it's in the email.
Okay, somehow
We'll
it didn't make
report
the
everything.
packets. I'm sorry, I don't.
Yeah, no
see it
worries.
here. Okay.
I'm Mr. Hauser, if I may. This is Neil Levitt with your public adjuster. Do you have any damages that you would know of from the two state of emergencies, both in December of 24 and April of 25? Did the city sustain any damages to any of the buildings?
We have submitted some items to our insurance carrier. However, it was either determined that we didn't have damage or it didn't meet our deductible. Madam Clerk, do you have anything to add?
I mean, I didn't come prepared to answer
Yes,
those
we
questions.
don't have it. Mr. Rudder,
No worries.
our.
No,
our,
that's enough. That's what we do.
Mhm.
That's enough, Mayor. That's what we do. We come back and work on your behalf, and we show the insurance carrier where per your policy, you have enough damages to succeed the deductible, and whatever they're saying is not covered, we show them where it is covered.
Okay.
Your policy is a non-biased item that is protect you and the carrier. Now, if only the carrier looks at it with his adjuster and his team, you're not going to get the full effects of your policy. We come in and represent you on that solely free. We don't charge the city anything.
We'll be happy
10%
to
commission.
consider a proposal and have a discussion with you offline, and I thank you so much. Do we have any
I thank you. We'll mail the proposal to you hard, and I'll make contact with the clerks. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, and Merry Christmas to you.
Merry
All right.
Same to you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. All right. Thank you. I didn't fully understand what they were presenting today. Now we know, and we'll go from there. At this time, we come to city business, and before we go through the presentations from Leah Hunter and Kevin Samra, I'm going to ask if y'all would to please allow me to go ahead and call up a retiring employee. He has waited long enough, Mr. Raymond Manoli. I can't believe.
But, yeah.
Come on.
I'm gonna come down for him.
I just ran into him last
Mhm.
couple weeks ago, and he told me he was retiring, and here we are.
Yep.
A lot of years of service.
Mm-hmm.
It's really 39.
Wow.
Wow. You can have all the time.
Yeah. Well,
Still a long time.
it's a majority of your adult working life. It's like all of it. So this is presented to Mr. Raymond Manoli, mechanic to. In appreciation of your 35 years of hard work and dedicated service in the city of Natchez, December 5th, 1990 to December 31st, 2025. We just want to give you this with our appreciation. And my goodness, when is your last day? I mean, you just,
My last working day.
your last working day was just last week.
Next,
It's actually next week.
I finished it.
The 19th. I don't know why it says December. Did I get it right? Yeah, I did. It actually is giving you credit till December 31st. What are you going to do during retirement?
None.
What I wanted is.
That's a good answer.
I mean, it takes a while to get used to it. But I come in here in '86 when I started.
Wow.
Herman Estes was the director. And then Rick Burke, the assistant, dad took all the. I think you later number 7.
My goodness. You outlasted all of us. Well, what really stands out in all these years while working for the city?
Money.
What do What are some of your best memories working for the city?
Taking care of stuff for the workers,
Yes, yes,
police, firemen, and us.
yeah.
Satisfying, yeah.
Y'all got my car running great just a week ago. Thank you for that.
I wasn't there, but. Things ain't like they used to be there. You move on.
You know, one of the things we can always count on is that there will be change, right? Nothing ever stays the same. But we are grateful for your service. We are. And we're going to take a quick picture. Anyone who wants to come and join us,
Come with him.
here and say a few words.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, come on out here.
let me say this. Me and that gentleman go a long ways back. I was a young policeman then, and he threatened to retire the first day he got here. He never retired. He always complained about, his other question was, when are you gonna get a pay raise?
Right.
That was his
I always wanted to
pay
know.
raise. You always want another pay raise. Me and him go way back, yeah. We used to go over to the city farm, we stood there, I would jump in and say, you gonna give me a pay raise? He's so tired of this. I said, oh, no, he's home, I'm finna leave. But like you said, we stayed there through hard times, through that. He was one of our most dedicated employees in the city farm. Now, with he leaving, I don't know what we're gonna do, because he ran the whole shop.
You're gonna pay out more money.
That's right.
Being honest.
I remember when I first started in the city in 2006. That's police officer, and he took care of my car the whole time when I was there. But Bill Joe right, he always talking about pay rate ever since 06 up to now. But we don't miss you, Papa. We enjoy it, and we enjoy it.
I mean, I had a good run.
Congratulations.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Congratulations.
I had a good run, Ed.
Some of this, we did with all our friends down.
What's trouble?
We came, they all see police officers. Like I said, we was like one big family. We would go back in the city farm, go into the fire, we sit back all day and just talk to people, find out what's going on. And like I said, he'll come in there, he'll be fussing with customers.
Don't take care of it.
Well, thanks for all you've done.
Mr. Mayor, I want to just say, thank you, Mr. Butler, for all that you've done. But I want to say, we began those pay raises in 2016 when this administration came on board.
I know.
So, no, I'm just saying, you did. You said you wanted pay raise and they began in that time frame up until the very present, every day.
Right.
The other thing I want to recognize this gentleman for is our fire trucks. This is one, and Mr. Dollar always told me, and just having conversations with him, because I feel the good rapport, I actually say, you just stay a little bit longer to extend it, and no, it's just time to go. And I do understand when it's time to go, you do at that point in your life, and it's time to go, it's just time to go. But I do want to say this, you are one that ran the shop and did it well. We had our older fire trucks. This is the gentleman here who was able to work on them. I mean, time and time again, our police cars. Anything that needs to be done around the shop, Mr. Bubba can do it. And I just want to say, we are truly going to miss you. I'm hoping that we've hired someone that you've been able to work with to at least get them started. And one thing you've always shared, I'm just a phone call away. It's something that we must need and have to have. He's offered to come back and assist. And so for that, I'm grateful. I'm sure members of that department will be as well, and you will truly be missed. I've enjoyed the rapport because when I met Mr. Bubba in 2016, he was the only person in the shop that didn't talk. But now we can get a conversation. And so that tells us relationships.
People gotta be on the thing, they got to listen if you don't come back and give advice
Yes.
and act on it. I mean, I couldn't never do much to these new trucks, they're too advanced, with no training. But all this old stuff we had, I knew it was working back. It saved hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Absolutely. And for that, we're grateful.
Well, man, I'm gonna go pawn this.
Before you do, never know what you might get about. Hey, and if you want to travel with it, we even have a nice travel case here, so
I
that,
don't need it.
you know. All right. Well, listen, you're a saint. Thank you so much.
A lot of y'all, I say newcomers don't know.
Yeah, it's true.
If they, he knows better than me of what I could and couldn't.
We fuss and cuss. We fuss each other out, fuss
And
and
a lot of the older fires, they were just like brothers. When they called, I said, bring it up.
Don't get that much credit. Yes.
Let's get a picture. Come on. Come on, let's take a picture before he hops it. Yeah, yeah. Come on, Richard.
What's Justin, is it?
Tell your dad that I made it. I'll be around.
Let's see you next
You don't kick me out. I'll come in there and sit down and talk.
Love to see you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Folks are jumping on eBay right now. All right, at this time, we now have, under our city business, Leah Hunter, Director of our Downtown Natchez Alliance, with her year-end review. And with her, we have the President of the Board of DNA, Norma West. Good to see you all.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I have a small presentation, short and sweet, but I just want to share some visuals along with our follow-up from the annual report in July. So this is just a little excerpt you all have in your packet of some of the highlights that I'm going to share today. This year, DNA continued to build real momentum. We strengthened our partnerships, delivered measurable outcomes, and aligned every initiative with the city's downtown master plan and our transformation strategies of placemaking and downtown residential. This year's Fall Pumpkin Patch Festival was one of our strongest engagement efforts, bringing out more than 1,500 visitors downtown, activating 52 volunteers, and generating nearly 134,000 digital impressions online in October alone. That level of engagement directly supports our merchants and strengthens downtown as a community destination. Most importantly, through our partnership with the Armstrong Library, DNA served more than 250 children, adults, and senior citizens through coordinated storytime programming, and these sessions created meaningful intergenerational engagement and consistent activity in the downtown district throughout the month of October. We welcomed visiting groups from Cathedral School, First Presbyterian Play School, McLaurin Elementary, Magnolia Village Senior Community, ACCS, Instant Impact Global Prep, and Logan's Daycare. And here's a little highlight of what was enjoyed during story time. This is our Halloween version of one of our storytime songs. This participation demonstrates the festival's growing reach and reinforces downtown as a family-friendly destination that supports community literacy and occasional seasonal tourism on our end. On the capital investment side, our ARPA balcony awning and facade program remains on schedule, moving forward 20 new awnings and 7 facade restorations toward completion. These projects represent more than $300,000 in potential downtown improvements, reinforcing the confidence that property owners have in our downtown's future. So be sure if you're out downtown, you'll see some work going on in the Triangle at Ebony's Barbershop, as well as Zion AME, as well as Nest, and they're doing some upgrades to the storefront currently. So we have some more projects rolling out. All of these are set to be completed by the fall of 2026. We also improved important redevelopment tools. While meeting with local realtors, we were able to pinpoint some areas where we could refine our downtown doorway portal. And we are preparing for the expanded 2-day downtown unlocked real estate showcase that's also coming in spring of 2026. And so on the screen, you'll just see some of our before and after photos of the awnings and then some of our spotlights in the newspaper. Looking ahead, 2026 will be a year focused on strengthening our foundation and expanding our capacity to serve downtown. DNA is preparing several new efforts that will enhance long-term sustainability, deepen the support for our small businesses, and broaden the technical and educational resources that are available to both current and prospective entrepreneurs. We are also building partnerships that will allow us to offer more training and hands-on assistance throughout the year, which we all know is always necessary. And next spring, we will debut our expanded real estate and development initiative that will give community members, property owners, investors, and our development partners stronger tools than ever before. That date for our Downtown Unlocked event will be May 1st through the 2nd of 2026. I look forward to sharing the full details of all of our initiatives with you in the spring as we begin the new year. Overall, our historic downtown Natchez is trending very positively in the direction of success, and I want to thank the board for your continued support, collaboration, and partnership. And then please be sure to pick up the latest edition of Bluffs and Bayous. Our latest co-op ad is on the back.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great job. We're so proud of you, Ms. Hunter, and the job that you're doing. Do we have any questions, discussion coming from the board members?
I just, if I may
Alderwoman
just give her a
Irving.
compliment. Thank you for bringing the report to us. Always a great job. And you can look to see the difference as well.
Thank you.
You can see the difference as well.
We
As
appreciate
we
your
walk
support.
through, I'm seeing the awnings that are on the buildings. I'm seeing the buildings being painted. It looks great downtown. Honestly, it does. And even over on MLK off at the Triangle, it's coming. It's coming along. And I'm
Yes.
like, this is awesome.
Yes, all of the work that the merchants have done and DNA and the collaboration of the city, it's all been really important
Yes.
and good work. So we
Yes.
appreciate the support.
It's been great.
Thank you for your leadership and your board and what you all do in the community.
Thank you. Looking forward to next year.
Yes.
I want to say also, I've been getting out and doing these local shop local videos. It has been great, and there is so much to discover
Yes.
downtown. You can buy anything downtown. I mean, really. And in Natchez, I mean, everything from the best of men's clothing to a new car. We have it here in Natchez. People say we don't, but we do. So let's all shop local this Christmas.
That's right. Thank you.
All right.
Mhm.
Thank you.
God bless you. Thank you. Well, speaking of shopping local, I love having my local doctor, and had a good visit with him just a week ago. It's good to have a great team at our local, hospital here. And Merit Health Natchez has long been a great community partner, done a lot behind the scenes just this past year. And it's a pleasure to have Kevin Samrow here today, who is CEO of Merit Natchez, and have some of his team. And so we now recognize you to give us an update.
Well, thank you very much. I really am grateful for everybody's time. It is an honor to stand here today with as we reflect on the past year at Merit Health Natchez, a year marked with extraordinary achievements, meaningful progress, and a deepened commitment to the people who depend on us. At our core, our mission remains unchanged. We help people get well and live healthier by providing safe, quality care, building enduring relationships with our patients, and providing a value for the communities that we serve. Everything we do, every investment, every initiative, every decision is rooted in that purpose. Today, I want to share a comprehensive view of where we stand at the hospital, what we have achieved, and where we are going. This is the story of our team, our community, and our unwavering vision for the future of healthcare in Natchez and the region that we serve. As far as patient care and clinical excellence, over the past year, our teams have provided care to an extraordinary number of people. Across the hospital and our clinics in 2024, we recorded 104,000 patient encounters and are approaching those numbers again this year. That includes emergency visits, inpatient admissions, surgeries, outpatient diagnostic, clinic appointments, and deliveries. Speaking of deliveries, we welcomed 513 newborns into our community over the last 12 months. We've implemented couplet care in our women's center. It has strengthened the parent-newborn bond and improved clinical outcomes by keeping mothers and babies together whenever possible. Our emergency and trauma services. Our emergency department remains a critical safety net for the region, caring for 18,873 ER patients in the last 12 months. This year, we recertified as a level 4 trauma facility by the state of Mississippi. That demonstrates our readiness to care for trauma patients and maintain high standards in emergency response. Looking at accreditations and quality milestones, we successfully completed 2 joint commission surveys in 3 weeks. Our hospital-wide accreditation survey and our laboratory survey. Both were 3-day CMS-backed surveys where they reviewed policies, processes, team members, and medical record reviews. This speaks to the discipline, the preparation, and the excellence of our teams. We also earned the AACV-PR accreditation for our cardiac rehab program in September of 2024. We just received an ACR accreditation for our 3D mammography services as well, mammography services. These recognitions affirm that our clinical programs meet the highest national standards right here in Natchez. As far as more safety goes, it's rare for our hospital or our size, for any hospital to achieve what we have achieved. We have 0 patient falls with injuries year to date. We've had been over 614 days since our last serious safety event. It's been 1,545 days since our last pressure ulcer. And we've been over a year without any surgical site infections of both general surgery and hysterectomies, colon surgeries, I should say. These outcomes are a result of relentless attention to safety, strong frontline teamwork, and rigorous processes that we put in place. As far as other clinical capabilities, we're about to celebrate 3,000 robotic surgeries right here in Natchez. We anticipate that we're meeting that milestone in January of this year. Natchez is fortunate to have 3 dedicated surgeons to robotic surgery. We're very lucky to have those here. We actually have one of our doctors, his name's Dr. Jeff Flatman. He actually is a proctor for the robot. He goes all over the state and in this region teaching other doctors on how to use that equipment. And he's starting things here in our market before they even go other places. We're very, very lucky, and we have an excellent robotic surgery team, and I'm very proud to say that. So if you look at our inpatient rehab unit, we've seen a 15% increase in admissions in our inpatient rehab unit. That's reflecting stronger outcomes because of the trust that patients have in our organization. We achieved a 24% increase in patients able to transition home with hospice care, and 21% increase in compliance with septic shock protocols, 2 critically important measures of compassionate, quality-centered care. These accomplishments reflect not only clinical excellence, but also the heart and the humanity of our team. We're very, very lucky. We have invested $1.88 million in capital improvements to ensure our hospital remains modern, efficient, and equipped for the future. We are currently installing right now a 64-slice CT machine that will enhance our imaging speed, but also our diagnostic accuracy. We had a new digital room, imaging radiology room, and an upgraded GE portable imaging unit were added earlier this year. We replaced our endoscopy equipment with new technology that just happened in the last few months. And then we added a new ER ultrasound machine for rapid bedside exams and the assistance with difficult access. We are currently installing and upgrading our telemetry monitoring system, which will enhance real-time monitoring of our patients and our cardiac needs. By the end of this year, we will have upgraded every computer in the hospital and clinic. That's 430 systems to the tune of about $375,000. These upgrades strengthen cybersecurity, reliability, and workflow efficiencies across all departments. Other facility enhancement is we got 2 new roofs on 2 parts of our hospital. We're actually phasing in new windows around the hospital as well, and we've got some new flooring throughout the hospital. These improvements enhance safety, energy efficiency, and it helps with patient and staff experience. Recruitment. I get asked a lot about recruitment. So our commitment to growth and access means expanding services wherever our community needs them. So this year, we added urology services back to our community. Hadn't had that in a while. Dr. Fagan comes over a couple times a month, and we got our nurse practitioner clinic starting to see, Kinsey Sims is her name, starting to see some urology patients. We've added a new hospitalist. We recruited a hospitalist by the name of Dr. Collins. I'm very excited to tell you that we are going to start having pain management services early next year, February, March timeframe. We have a new orthopedic surgeon by the name of Dr. Leslie. He's starting in probably February, hoping for February, maybe March. I got to get the paperwork done with insurances and everything. I just signed last week a letter of intent for Dr. Tatum. He's a primary care physician. He does both internal medicine and pediatrics. He'll start 2027. And I do believe we'll be announcing some more primary care very soon. I don't want to jinx myself. So we're recruiting for OB. We're recruiting for FMOB. We're recruiting for pediatricians, ENT, ortho, urology, radiology, neurology. For more hospitalists and for more primary care. We are going all out trying to get some doctors in this area. I will tell you that I've spoken with probably more than 40 doctors over the last 2 years. We've had 19 actual visits of doctors coming to our market to try to get them to set up shop here. And actually have one who I'm very excited about who will come the week before Christmas. And that would be more orthopedic coverage in the area. So we are dedicated to bring more providers here and appreciate the assistance of our medical staff and the help, but also appreciate the assistance of the community to help us recruit those. So I appreciate that. Mayor Dan actually helped me with Dr. Tatum at one of the events we were at. So looking at our own staff, we launched a nurse intern program. It's a way to kind of get nurses into our system, kind of learn our system as they're in school so that they're easier to hire when they graduate. We are also supporting staff who are advancing their education. We have patient care techs enrolled in LPN schools right now. We have LPNs who are advancing to RNs. We have RNs who are going to get their bachelor's and their master's degree. Matter of fact, our director of med surg just finished up her master's degree here recently. And we help them by doing that. We have tuition reimbursement. We'll give them up to $5,000 a year so they can go back to school if they're full-time, $2,500 if they're part-time. The hospital now pays for licenses and certifications that when I was coming up, I was paying for my own. They didn't do that, right? So that's another way to recruit and retain our staff members. We can pay up to $20,000 in student loan repayment if they come work for us full-time. We have all kind of recognitions and rewards, but we did implement after our CNO, Jenny, started, we implemented the DAISY Award, which is a worldwide organization that recognizes extraordinary nurses. Our employee engagement scores, we do surveys every year or so. And for the last 3 surveys, we have a consistent trend of it moving up in the right direction. That reflects communication, teamwork, and an organizational culture that's driven by the staff at their level. So the economic impact in the community, we paid out $29.8 million in payroll in 2024. We're on pace to pay almost that this year. Last year, we paid out $5.5 million in taxes. That's local, state, and federal. This investment reflects our commitment not only to healthcare, but the economic well-being of the region and its families. Very engaged in the community. We continue to deepen our relationships throughout Natchez and surrounding communities. This year, we strengthened partnerships with organizations promoting health, children's welfare, economic growth, and civic engagement. We give donations to Natchez Children's Service, Black Mustard Seed Organization, Washington Breast Cancer Foundation, Natchez Chamber of Commerce, and Natchez Now. We have a close and active partnership with the nursing school at Alcorn. We participate in all kinds of community health fairs, screenings, and wellness events. And my fun little thing I like to do every year is we collected nearly 3,000 jars of peanut butter and donated those to the local food banks. So annual donations. We also give out annual donations. We do this in honor of our medical staff. So years and years ago, hospitals would go buy gifts for the doctors and they would wear them for a month and then throw them away. So now we actually go and donate that to local charities. We've given to the Children's Christmas Tree Fund and additional donations every Doctor's Day. So our role extends well beyond the walls of the hospital. We believe that a strong health community makes everyone better, and that's what we're here to do, right? Patient experience. Across all platforms and surveys, the voice of our patients speaks clearly, and their trust in us continues to grow. If you look at our Google ratings, overall Google reviews increased 32% this year, which means we got more reviews this year than we got last year, and our score went up from a 4.6 to a 4.7, okay? So do you know the national hospital average is a 3.1 and we're at a 4.7? Our ER reviews increased 23%. We got 23% more reviews this year. We increased from a 3.8 to a 3.9 in our ER. The national average in an ER is a 3.0. So we are improving and we're doing what we can to do that. Our clinic providers maintain a 5 out of 5 star rating. So these numbers matter, but the stories behind them matter more. They represent compassionate care, good communication, and meaningful human connection. As we close and look at this year and look ahead to the next year, I want to express something deeply important. Behind every statistic, every accreditation, every project, and every milestone, at the heart of that is the people at Mayor Health Natchez. The nurse who stays late to comfort a worried family member, the environmental service team member who makes sure every room is safe and clean, the physician who answers late night calls with a calm expertise, the therapist who celebrates every step with their patients as they progress toward being healthy, the registration clerk who greets each visitor with kindness and respect, and the countless others who show up each day with purpose, heart, and professionalism. There are hundreds, and I mean hundreds of heroic moments happening every day in our hospital, and we're very, very lucky to have those here. Many of these heroic moments go unnoticed. Many of them happen quietly, but together they are what make this hospital exceptional. I am truly fortunate to work alongside the best team I could ever ask for, and I mean that. I think I'm truly blessed to be able to work here. And our community is incredibly fortunate to have these dedicated individuals caring for them and their families. The state of Merit Health Natchez is strong, our future is bright, and the commitment to their community is unwavering. And I thank you for your trust in us. I'm very, very grateful. Thank you very much.
Mr. Mayor.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Alderwoman Hall.
Mr. Shamrock, thank you for coming each year and presenting us with what's happening in the hospital setting. And fairly or unfairly, I began at the hospital when there was Jeff Davis. And I've always, fairly or unfairly again, Benny knows, Benny was there back then, compared administrators to Bill Mitchell. He was the standard. And you and Bill Mitchell are synonymous. I can say that. You have brought so much more clarity, realness, health, unity to our healthcare facility, and that just you and our CNO. And the teamwork is just paramount. And I've heard too many positive comments, more and more comments since you all have been there than I have in many, many years. And it's the teamwork that you present, the leadership that you have. So I'm very proud to have you as our administrator. And you're very involved in the community as well.
That means a lot. I'm very, very grateful. I feel lucky every day though. So I think I'm lucky to be here. So
Yes.
Well said. Thank you, Alderwoman. Yes, Alderman Frazier.
I have some comments that I'd like to make, and I have two questions. First, let me just say this to you. Your program that you used to have dealing with those challenged kids that you had, it was an excellent program.
It was.
It was very excellent. My only regret is that the money ran out, because it was truly helped those kids who were mentally challenged. So that's one of my other thing is, I'd like to say to you, your maternity staff at the hospital, they did an excellent job. I had a new grandbaby was born a month ago, and one of the nurses up there, she looked at my granddaughter. She said, "Oh, I brought you into the world." And now she was delivering a baby for her. So they was very, very nice up there at the maternity ward. My question is, how do Merit Health look for the year of 2026? We are looking at any closures or anything, or what?
So I get this question a lot. First, I want to go back to the Project Search. It is a wonderful program. One, I hope that will be brought back. Ronnie and I still talk about it on the regular, trying to conspire ways to get it done. But I hope the state of Mississippi does bring that back, because it was truly a wonderful project. And like I said, it was here before I got here. I said this last time. I just felt lucky to be a part of that. I mean, it was to see those kids grow and to see them learn how to communicate with me from the start to the beginning. It's wonderful. We actually have 2 of those kids that work at the hospital right now, and I
Yeah,
feel
she's,
lucky. Yeah.
I admit it.
So we're going back to the maternity thing, that it's probably very, very true that they delivered as the mama, because we have more 20, 30, and 40-year employees in this one hospital than I have seen in aggregate of all the hospitals I've ever been in. It's remarkable. And so, yeah, and we have some good seasoned
Yes.
nurses is a politically correct way to say that. So in 2026, we're looking to expand. I'm looking to grow. I'm not looking to close anything. So we are actively trying to recruit all of those doctors so we can continue to grow and expand. And we don't have any closures expected for 2026.
My next question is that, as you know, it's a big problem dealing with mental illness. Do we have anything that's coming in that direction where we have a lot of people who have mental problems, and I understand that you really don't have a mental ward to hold these people or anything, because you have a lot of homeless veterans out here got mental problems. A lot of people. So the hospital looking to, what I'm trying to say is to reach out and try to help these people. So,
I'm sorry?
Well, she was like me. Go ahead.
I was telling him the behavioral health unit.
Yeah.
That's what he's referencing.
So unfortunately, we don't have anything that I can share right now that we have coming with as far as behavioral health or mental health. I know that there are some hospitals who are expanding beds in other areas, and we have transfer agreements with them to try to get them safely there. But the reality is that is not something that we currently have an answer for here locally. So I wish we did, because it's right. It's a huge need.
Mhm.
So
I would say Adams County is Natchez Adams County is lucky to still have a hospital.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you.
We are. Thank you, Alderman. Alderwoman Irvin.
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry,
That's okay.
recognizing you.
Okay, I just wanted to ask, did we say that we have a gastrologist as well?
So we have so he's not employed by us, Dr. Kellen Jex. He's a gastroenterologist, and he does some procedures at the hospital, and he also works at a couple of facilities across the river. We actually also have Dr. Randy Tillman. He's been working across the river for years, but he and I connected since I got here, and he's actually doing cases at our facility now as well. So we do have 2 doctors who are independent that do cover the hospital. And right now we have 10 days of call coverage with GI coverage, and we are looking to expand that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to say excellent report.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent report. And I have to share, as I said at the beginning, it has made my life so much simpler having a local doctor, and my wife as well. And we have gotten great service there at Natchez Merritt. I also want to share, I had a call a little while back, an individual, very affluent individual from the state of Louisiana who was hunting in a remote area outside of Fayette, who called me and just wanted me to know that if it weren't for our great hospital and also our great law enforcement who were able to help get him there in record time, he would be dead. And Merritt saved his life from a snake bite. He was literally in a tree when he was in the middle of a remote area when he was bitten by a rattlesnake. There are communities all over the country now that are suffering for lack of health care. I think we need to always count our blessings that we have a great hospital and great staff. And we look forward to great things in the new year to come and working with you more and more. We have not lost sight of our Med Natchez mission for medical economic development. We're starting to see more of that. We just had a new doctor come in last week, open a clinic. Also, a podiatrist. We were glad to see that. So the future is bright, and we'll look forward to more conversation.
So I love the fact you brought up that gentleman. He actually did a video for us, and I'll get Kay to repost it on our Facebook.
Share it with us.
The unfortunate reality that we have in healthcare is we can't go share all that cool stuff with you. There's laws against it for privacy reasons, but I will address that did happen because publicly, because he already gave us permission. He already got a Facebook post or a video of it. So, but yeah, there's extraordinary work that happens every day in that hospital, but we're just not allowed to go out there and share it. So I am glad and very, very grateful for those who who do share the good news. And I'm very grateful for those who get online and share the good news as well. So thank you very, very much for your time.
Mhm.
Very
Thank you.
grateful.
Thank you for coming.
Mr. Samro. Thank you, everyone, and Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry
Merry Christmas.
We will now move to city business. Department Directors reports. Mr. James Johnson, you're recognized. Afternoon.
I'm waiting for an email which did come this morning. That's why my report's a minute incomplete. Rollingwood and Glenwood Drainage Improvement Project State and Travel Assistance Grant, EPA. Staff is requesting a motion to advertise for general contractors for this drainage project, noting that the plant specifications have been submitted to EPA and approval was received this morning to advertise.
What's the pleasure of the board?
Second.
Motion made by Alderwoman Hall and seconded by Alderman Maroney.
Davis.
Alderman Davis. We'll have discussion. I want to say this is a long-awaited project on Rolling Wood. Thanks to a federal earmark that we received a while back. It's taken some time, but the work is now going to take place to greatly improve drainage in that area and solve some long-standing erosion problems and also save some city infrastructure, including the streets involved. I'll call the question.
Call.
We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye. All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. The motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Johnson.
Also tied to this project, staff is requesting a motion to formally waive any and all building permit fees associated with this project.
What's the pleasure?
Repeat that again. You said that kind of fast. I didn't get that.
Staff is requesting a motion to formally waive any and all building permit fees tied to this drainage project.
So moved.
Oh,
Motion
second.
made by Alderman Maroney and seconded by Alderwoman Hall. Discussion. We'll call for the question.
Called.
We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Next item, Mr. Porter. Mr. Porter, I saw you during the Thanksgiving weekend getting everything you needed for your tournament. I sent you a text. Did you get it?
I did, but she
I
said
just
there's
had
no
to
need
tell you, you are a great example of a fantastic public servant, always working dedicated. And I get compliments all the time on how you and your department go above and beyond to make all these events happen around here.
Good, thank
So
you.
thank you.
We take pride in that.
Had to get that out.
Well, good afternoon, Mayor and Board of Aldermen. First item on the agenda is the mountain bike trail upgrades at Duncan Park. We did receive bids yesterday at 2 p.m., December 8th, 2025. Summary of the bids as follows. I don't know if we really need to read all of this out because I am making a motion, requesting a motion to take bids under advisement until the contractor's statement of qualifications, documentations, documenting their experience is in hand.
Yes. We
moved.
just
So that'll
got
be
these
after
bids
the first of the year.
late yesterday. Motion has been made by Alderwoman Hall, seconded by Alderman Maroney. Discussion. We'll call for the question.
Called.
Well, I was just going to say,
Yes, Alderwoman.
when you said discussion, you said you recommended to take them on advisement because you have not received all the information.
Correct.
Okay, is that something that you would ask for assistance for with Ms.
That's
Johnston?
something that I would
Yeah.
consult with James
Yes.
and the engineer on.
Okay,
hand
all
to
right,
make sure
okay.
that
Just making sure.
the
All
best-
right,
the best person gets
we'll
it.
proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries.
And since I have your attention,
Yes,
I
sir.
just threw together a PowerPoint while I was sitting back here. So bear
Love
with
how
me.
you
It's
can do
crude.
that.
But just our Visit Natchez is now the title sponsor of our Auburn Classic. This was the National Amateur Disc Golf Tour qualifying event. We had low numbers because it was 2 days after Thanksgiving, but we did have 47 players show up. And to highlight that, we had 12 players that were under 12 years old, which that in and of itself is a success. In my opinion.
Yes.
Next slide, please. Those are our champions. One's from Alexandria, one is from Liberty, Mississippi, and one is from Natchez, Mississippi.
That's great.
Congratulations.
And this guy, Cruz McInnes, I just want to point him out. He's from Baton Rouge. He has won 3 events at Natchez. One was in MA3, one was in MA2, one was in MA1. So that's recreational, advanced, intermediate, advanced. And now he plans to move up to a professional division for our upcoming tournament.
Wow.
Just a trunk or treat with the Grinch recap. I don't know if you guys were downtown that night, but Live at 5, DNA had their trick or treat for Little Feet going on. It was absolutely packed. So you didn't get the new slide. So anyway, is there a way that you can show the changes that I've made? If not, no big deal. Okay, so basically bottom right, that's the costume contest hosted by Dylan Butler. In the middle, that was one of our all-star volunteers who showed up with a sensory box display. You can see the Grinch is making an appearance on the dance floor. We had Natchez Bicycle Club and I don't know what the golf cart club calls themselves, but they both made a ride through several times. The kids absolutely loved it. So I wish you could show those pictures because I wanted to show you some pictures I took on my vacation. After 2.5 years of service, I was finally able to take 4 days off, well, 3.5. And I chose to go to Lumberton, Mississippi for a disc golf tournament. It's a 3-day event, 427 players. And I will say that Natchez Disc Golf sponsored the starting hole on one of the courses. We had our feather flags flying in the background. So even when I'm off work, I'm still promoting Natchez. So we'll make sure that's in the record. Next slide. Oh, there we go. We got it. We'll start right here. For back one. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so that's the Big Rope Classic. Next slide. That's the starting hole. That was the warm-up round.
Wow.
Next slide.
That's some good visibility.
Natchez is front center. That was right where they had the fireworks display, $20,000 worth of fireworks on Saturday night. Next slide. Next slide.
That was Lumberton, Mississippi.
Lumberton, Mississippi. Who would think that
470 participants.
437 over 4 different courses. Just some expanded views of the previous pictures. All right, Movies in the Park is back. So we chose November, I think it was November 14th, for our trial run, and we plan to have a 4-week series in the spring and a 4-week series in the fall, depending if we can afford the rights to show those movies. Next slide. That's the screen that we pulled out of storage. Thanks to Dylan Butler, he handled all the audio video technical aspects. Next slide. You see that we chose the area right in front of the Grand Hotel. There's just a couple of more slides in the turnout. We expect that number to grow
It
in
will.
the future.
I think it was the weather.
That's just
That was a lot of it.
And we have the Pajama Jam coming up. So tell all your friends, tell everyone that'll be December 13th from 5:30 to 7:30 at the Duncan Park Canteen. Any questions or comments about any of the past
just
events?
great. I want to ask you to please work with Michael Wilson to make sure all of this is being promoted on our city Facebook page.
I've got Michael,
Good.
Dell, and Kit on speed dial.
Great. All right.
All right.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your leadership.
Yeah, we're really grateful. Thank you,
Dylan.
Ms. Porter. Merry Christmas. We now will go to Mr. Mingo Tingle, our city planner. Hello, Mr. Tingle. Good to see you.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you, Board of Aldermen. This is a summary and implementation consideration for House Bill 1197, the Safe Solicitation Act. On August 12th of 2025, the Board of Aldermen voted to opt in to House Bill 1197, the Safe Solicitation Act that was enacted by the state of Mississippi on July 1st of 2025. During the October 28th Board of Aldermen meeting, the Department of Planning and Zoning was directed to prepare a report for the board outlining the city of Natchez responsibility under House Bill 1197. And House Bill 1197 establishes statewide rules governing individuals who solicit donations or sell items from public roadways or the right-of-ways, medians, intersections, and similar areas. The act aims to address safety concerns related to pedestrians, vehicle interactions, and to ensure consistent regulations across municipalities and counties. And in the staff findings after reviewing the new state law, there is a permit requirement. Individuals must obtain a solicitation permit from the city of Natchez before conducting roadside solicitation. And the law sets up a fee of $25, up to $25 may be charged. Also, it gives penalties for forging a permit as a misdemeanor with penalties up to $300 and or 6 months in jail. There are operational restrictions. Permit holders must follow safety rules, including no impeding traffic. It's not in your report, but for impeding vehicular traffic, it's $500 fine, and a pedestrian impediment would be $400. Entering the roadway only when traffic is stopped by a signal, remaining within 100 feet of the approved intersection. It also requires it could only be done in daylight operations, 9 a.m. to 1 hour before sunset. No harassment or persistence after refusal or use of loudspeakers. The permit issuance protocols, only one permit per intersection per day. Permits issued on a first come, first served basis. Applications must include applicant identification and the proposed location and time. And there is local enforcement. The city may revoke or halt solicitation activities if any conditions are violated. And there is a local opt-out option in Section 6 of the state law. The act applies to all Mississippi municipalities unless a governing board formally votes to opt out within 6 months of the act's effective date. That deadline to opt out would be December 31st of 2025. If the city of Natchez takes no action, the act will automatically govern solicitation activities within the city limits. So here are the potential actions for the city of Natchez to consider. To prepare for compliance or to formally opt out, the following steps may be considered. If the city chooses to participate, which will happen regardless by the vote that took place in August, or if no vote had been taken, this is a default. Develop a permit application process, creating the permit form and establishing a $0 to $25 fee schedule. Determine review and approval procedures, set administrative responsibilities, deciding whether the permits are handled by the city hall, police department, code enforcement, etc. Update the local ordinance, align municipal code with the new state requirements, establish enforcement procedures and penalties for violations, and also public hearings and providing notice to community groups, churches, nonprofits, and individuals who may rely on roadside solicitation. Or if the city chooses to, you can opt out, and that is just hold a Board of Aldermen vote before the December 31st, 2025 deadline to opt out of the Safe Solicitation Act.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Alderwoman Hall.
for the third time, as chair of the ordinance committee, I move to authorize the planning department to develop an ordinance in accordance with House Bill 1197, Safe Solicitation Act.
Okay, a motion has been made by Alderwoman Hall. Do I have a second? Seconded by Alderman Davis. Discussion, Alderwoman Smith.
I'm sorry, this is all very confusing to me. What are we doing with that? I mean, what does that mean exactly, what she's proposing?
What the motion would do was allow the planning department to develop an ordinance that would flesh out a lot of these details, to update our development code to be in compliance with House Bill 1197.
Fleshing out details.
Well, the fees, the application form, who makes the approval process, whether that's the planning department or the police department, code enforcement, and also setting up the procedures for revoking the permit if necessary, also, and setting up penalties for violating.
And then is there any option to have no solicitation at corners?
There you go.
Why do we, no locals do it? It's all people that come out of town and wreak havoc at traffic intersections. Is that an option?
Right now, what we have a ordinances against loitering and solicitation that are already in the books, and that
You
is
don't
up to
enforce
the.
them. They're not enforced.
Yeah, we did.
We do.
Can prove to you. I can tell you where it's not being enforced
They're
at.
out there out soliciting every day.
Okay.
Okay. May I ask? I'm still.
Yes,
before.
Alderman Smith.
Thank you. So what, if some are saying we don't enforce it, I know whenever I'm called, the police always take care of it. I always call directly myself, so I don't know if y'all don't, or if somebody else is not helping you out, but, if we already have that on the books and we can just enforce it, I'm confused on why we're doing this.
Mr. Mayor.
Alderwoman Irving.
Thank you. I just thought when we opt in, our Attorney General's office has already handed down the information that's needed with the House Bill 1197. We just should be following it. Now, since you mentioned those fees, this is a legal document. Those fees should be included. What you said for pedestrian, $400 fine, $500 fine. I think that was for stopping traffic or.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that should be included. But otherwise, it's written in stone how we're to do what? Carry it out, because you actually gave us the actual document here, the bill, House Bill 1197. It says just what you have here, so I don't see anything extra that we need to do, and we did opt in.
That's right.
We did opt in, and that's what we should have done, so.
Alderman Moroni.
I feel pretty strongly about this. I think we should opt out
Mm.
and enforce our own ordinance that says we don't allow any solicitation. I don't think we need to allow groups out at major intersections, stopping traffic and trying to collect money from people. I have witnessed myself car wrecks. I have seen accidents at major intersections, in particular the end of Homestead Street at John R. Junkin Drive. I saw a bad wreck one day from somebody trying to get away from a solicitor, and they ran through the light and they got hit, and it was a major accident. And I know that happens from time to time. It is a nuisance, and I don't think that we should allow groups to go out in intersections in traffic and solicit donations. If they want to get donations, let them have a car wash, let them have a bake sale, let them do a flyer campaign, let them go door to door. But I don't think that it is wise. We have enough trouble with people driving on their cell phones, not paying attention to what they're doing, and then you throw solicitors out there. I think it just makes it even worse. I say we vote this down and enforce our own ordinance, not allowing any sort of solicitation in intersections.
Thank you, Alderman. Alderman, I've got to go, and I'll come back to you.
I understand. That's why I got my hand
Alderwoman
up.
Hall,
I think,
Alderman Frazier.
You go ahead.
oh, okay. The reason we do opt in is because we regulate which right of way these people can solicit. We cannot supersede the state law. This is
Right.
the state law.
Right.
The state solicitation
That's
act
right.
is
We
state
can't.
law.
That's right.
And no municipality can supersede state law.
Mm-mm.
Just as state law cannot supersede federal law.
Right.
We designate where they can solicit, who gives the permit,
That's right.
whether it's planning department, the police, code enforcement. We regulate all of these, and then we set the fines. And they can also be in prison for violations. It's in the law.
It is. It's in the law.
our packets.
It's in there.
Also on the online at the state level.
And
Thank you. Alderman Frazier was next in line to
Yes.
be recognized.
I'm not a lawyer or anything, but correct me if I'm wrong. You read something that we have to December the 31st.
Yes,
to approve it. But here's the catch is, to me, I don't know if I heard this right now. We have December the 31st, but if you opt in or whatever, you got to have a public hearing.
Mm.
Am I correct?
It would, for the opt-out, it would not require a public hearing. It would only require a public hearing if we were to implement this, ordinance.
So therefore, we really don't have no time.
You got 2 weeks.
If we
Today,
don't
the
have a
9th,
public hearing,
by the next
Well,
board
you talking
meeting.
about December 31st,
By the next board meeting.
we're not gonna have a next board meeting next month.
So,
So I don't think, but we're gonna discuss that. But I don't think we're gonna have enough time.
so the,
Correct me if I'm wrong. Now, somebody not,
Yeah, but we can always
That might be a little.
How you doing? Talking about-
One at a time.
Just-
Alderman Davis, you're recognized.
This time, I think we got time for the vote, but they talking about if we want to do anything on the, as far as the policies or anything, they won't have to have the public hearing. We got time for the ordinance stuff, but we don't have to, as far as the 2 weeks, December 31st, we good on that. That ain't gonna interfere with the ordinance stuff. We can do the ordinance stuff beginning of next year, whatever.
So you saying we should opt in or opt out?
Did we already opt in?
We opting in.
We already
opting in.
I thought we already did.
Mhm. We did.
We already opt in. We already opt in.
And
Okay, Alderwoman Irving, I'm
okay,
coming
getting back to
you.
what he was saying, and that's what I was gonna say. We do have to have a public hearing to have the input from our public. We do have to have that. And I looked at the 2 weeks. That we're looking at for our next board meeting. And I guess that's a decision we need to make today about when the date of our next board meeting would be. And like she just said, you can't supersede state law. But one of the things I also want to share is that I can recall just in the last maybe 5-7 years, when I leave Vidalia coming from Faraday or Vidalia, I see firemen taking up money during this time of the year for tots for kids, all of that. We've also done it right here in Natchez. Okay, we've also done that right here in Natchez with our own departments. And so it's not a bad thing. I understand recently we've had some things that happen with distractions, cell phones, and there have been some fatalities. And my heart goes out to each family that has lost anyone that way. But I think we need to consider as a whole, we've opted in, and most importantly, consider the information that will be shared from the public hearing. That's what we need. Thank you.
Alderwoman Smith.
What's the negative of opting out?
well, let me.
We're creating our own laws when we opt out.
Mr. Tingle, you have the floor.
Let me first answer the question about the public hearing. The public hearing would not be required for opting out if reversing the vote that took place in August. The public hearing would only be required to update our ordinances and have that, communicated to the public that we're adopting a new ordinance that would be in compliance with House Bill 1197 to give us that procedural regulation in having the application and the issuing of permits. The negative of opting out, as I've said before, we do have local laws that deal with loitering and solicitation. It's pretty basic of, if an officer sees someone that they believe might be causing any type of danger or harm, if they're loitering in a certain location or if they're soliciting, begging for money, that they can tell them to leave.
So that accomplishes what I want to stop out.
Yes, if I could just make this statement, but I really want to wait until Alderwoman Irving comes back.
Let me say
because
something,
This is so
Mr.
important
Mayor.
to everyone.
If I may.
Yes, Mr. Attorney?
I want to make it clear that by opting out, the city will not be superseding any state law. The option to the city is to opt out. And if we opt out, our existing ordinances will apply. And the state law, of course, supersedes local law, but we're not trying to do that. We would just opt out if we choose to opt out.
Mr. Attorney.
It does provide an opt-out provision in the law.
Yes.
Yes, Alderwoman Hall.
Our peddling ordinance is no longer in effect as of July 1. this law supersedes our county ordinance.
If we opt out of it.
I'm not sure about that, but the city voted in August to opt in.
Correct.
That is still a valid decision that's been made. If we vote to opt out, we'll have to override that earlier decision.
But we can, Bob.
But we
We can
can't do
opt out.
that.
But we can do that.
Yes.
And then we accomplish, we don't have an issue with people, everybody coming to us.
I want to just want to make a comment. Just a few weeks ago, we had an individual, the manager of Route 61, who was killed while he was on his motorcycle by someone who was distracted and plowed right into the back of him. If you look at statistics across this country, fewer communities are allowing roadblocks and solicitation at intersections because there have been cheerleaders killed. There have been band members killed. There have been Boy Scouts killed. We are in a time where distracted driving is at its most. And I don't want it on my conscience that I put into motion an opportunity for individuals to engage in what I consider to be dangerous activity. I believe that my responsibility is to the safety of our citizens and not to create an opportunity for individuals to solicit money when people are already distracted by their phones, by their GPS systems, by their children who are on the back seat, and by eating and all sorts of other things that our current society does that we all know distracts us from driving, and we all are guilty of it. I believe that we need to instead, as Alderman Maroney said, opt out, and we need to enforce our current ordinance.
Yes.
During the time I've been mayor, I want to tell you a certain percentage, 100%. That is how many times solicitation in an illegal and dangerous way at intersections has been stopped by our police when I have personally called them to report it. 100%. I believe in the old adage, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I also believe that, as I said earlier, it is incumbent upon us to look to the safety of our citizens and motorists and our children first. Now, if we pass this and we have a group decide to come and do the permit and decide to raise funds and someone is killed in the process, I want no part to that. And I want it to be stated in the minutes for the record that I was opposed to it. If this passes, it passes. If it comes to a tie, I will break the tie in opposition to this.
Mr. Attorney.
The question has been
Mr.
called.
Attorney, I have a
Alderwoman
question
Hall.
for the attorney. I want to qualify my statement that we cannot supersede state law. That was in reference to Mr. Maroney saying that we should not follow this law, but make our own ordinance. So that's when I said that.
We can opt out.
But if we opt out, we can do that.
That's correct.
Yeah, which is what I said.
Alderwoman
Ms. Mayor,
Irving?
I do want to say this, and I hear both sides, and I understand your cry. I honestly do. However, I know that we're already stressed with our police department. Okay, we are stressed.
You're
And
going to
you're-
bring more stress.
Excuse me?
You'll bring more stress.
Well, we've been dealing with it all along. So what I'm saying, our numbers have been down. We're just getting people here that can't even ride alone in a car by themselves right now because they don't have the proper training to get out there. So you're adding more stress.
And now we're going to ask them to police groups that may be out every weekend.
What groups do we have out, Mr. Mayor? I'm
This
just
is gonna
asking.
open the door for
Open the
any
door. Okay.
nonprofit, any church.
I
any
have
youth group
I've had the
to
conversation
be
with
out
lots of
there
other municipalities,
soliciting
and
at our
everybody's not.
intersections, and I'm just waiting for the accident to happen.
Mm.
Now, if y'all think that is a responsible measure, vote for it, but I'm against it. I normally am not this outspoken. I wait until I see where it's going to go, but I'm letting you know up front, if you vote for this, I want it in the minutes that the first accident or loss of life that occurs at an intersection in Natchez is not by any fault of those who voted against it. Alderman Davis.
Can we, if we pass it, we can designate locations where they can do
Yes.
No, there shouldn't be.
There are no good locations.
Again, it's our police. will have-
I'm not talking about in no intersections. That's what I'm talking about.
Right, thank you.
Call for the question. This is.
Ms. Mayor,
Yes.
Everybody got their own opinion of it.
Absolutely, and you need to respect
Yeah,
it.
and respect
let
that.
me-
That's
And
it.
all this backbiting behind
let-
people back. and
let me-
stuff.
let
I'm being very
let me-
transparent.
Let me,
All of us are.
let me
Me too.
say
I
this.
want our intersections kept safe. We
I
don't
do
need
too.
any more distractions from motorists driving through Natchez.
Let
We
me,
don't need any more accidents. Alderman Frazier,
let me say this. We're talking about, people coming and soliciting for donations on the public street. Okay?
It's a lot.
Correct me if I'm wrong. The Board of Aldermen and the state gives us certain rights. Okay? The right, we as a board, we set the standards for this community. Okay? So if the board say, we're gonna go against this, whatever, that means the city has their own right. Each city has different reasons why they do stuff. Okay? In my understanding, soliciting been going on in Natchez for years and years. And even much as a policeman, we have people to come and solicit. The only thing that I have objection to is that when we have people from these different church organizations from out of town coming and soliciting, now that's a different story. But me, myself, I think that we don't really need to change nothing.
thank you, thank you.
Question, can we?
So everybody-
I want to make this one statement. Alderman Frazier made a good point. Groups come from out of state because they know we are a giving community. And they, if we pass this, will be filing for that $25 permit every day. Because they know that for every $25 permit, they'll probably make hundreds of dollars because of the generosity of Natchezans. I think it would be a gross error for us to pass this and to allow that new practice to take place.
Question has been called.
The question has been called. We'll proceed to a vote. Alderwoman Hall.
Aye.
Alderman Frazier.
I don't think we should change.
Thank you. Alderwoman Smith.
Nay.
Alderwoman Irving.
Aye.
Alderman Davis.
Aye.
Alderman Monroe.
Nay.
And I break the tie. And I vote
I want
no.
it in the minutes that I
I
will
vote
not be, as chair of the ordinance committee, I'm not complicit with this vote. But nay.
And also, Mr. Mayor, if I may, I want to add
Yes.
to the minutes too, that you take the voice of the people away when you opt out. So the community had the opportunity to have their input. That's why you hold a public hearing, so that the overall community can have an input. And that's been taken away, taking their voice away.
Mr. Mayor,
Thank you, Alderwoman.
Mhm.
Yes, Alderman Frazier.
being on this board for quite a while now and being a former law enforcement, everything's changed. We've been doing this for years and years, and now all of a sudden they want to change. This is what's wrong now. We doing too much changing,
Well, you
and
don't want
stuff
voters
just
to
needs to
change.
just stay the way it is.
I don't think you
Because
understood.
like I say, you have people who come here, like, and I'm gonna reiterate this again, who come here for soliciting, don't have nothing to do with the community. When they come here soliciting, stand on the corner, they're taking that money they get, they're taking it back out of town. They're not putting it back in the community.
Mr.
And
Mayor,
this, to me, some of them is fraudulent. He much went, let me say, this, he much when I was a policeman, we go out there and say, let me see your license. We don't have any. He said, well, we with certain church groups. And I'm like, oh, yeah. There's nothing like we could do. All we do is just get back in the police car and drive on off. But you know.
Thank
The
you,
vote has
Alderman
taken
Frazier.
place.
Alderwoman Smith, you're
So-
recognized.
Since we don't want this to happen, according to the vote, everybody's records are there. I'm going to make the motion that we opt out because we have to have that on
Second.
record as well.
Okay,
Second
motion
that
is
motion.
made to opt out,
That gives us
seconded
that
by
opportunity.
Alderman Maroney. We'll have discussion.
yes.
Alderwoman Irving.
Again, I want to say, when you opt out, you take away the voice of the people. And I really want you to understand this. How do we resolve issues in our community? It comes from the people that live within the community. So affording them to have a voice, to come to wherever this public hearing will be located will help us find solutions. You are taking away the voice of the community. And that's all I'm saying with the public hearing. That's what it affords people.
Thank you.
If issues are going to be resolved in our community, it takes all people from all different walks of life to come in and share and find solutions.
Thank you.
That's how they come about.
Alderwoman Smith.
Just real quickly, I for one am listening to my constituent. I've been called so many times with the dangers of people out of town that have been at the subway intersection a gazillion times. So I'm actually following what I've been told.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll call the question.
Called.
We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion to opt out, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay.
Nay.
Okay, I will break the tie. I believe that.
Do a
we
roll
have-
call.
Yeah,
I'll
do a roll call, yeah.
Alderwoman Hall,
Nay.
Alderman Frazier.
Opt out?
We're voting whether or not to opt out.
Terry, you,
Yeah, we gonna vote that. I told him I'm not with it, so
what is
Okay.
it?
So he votes aye.
I'm not with it. Just put it like that.
Alderwoman Smith,
Aye.
Alderwoman Irving,
Nay.
Alderman Davis,
Nay.
Alderman Maroney.
Aye.
And it's been fun making sausage today. I break the tie.
Yeah.
I want to say, no, all 11.
I want to make sure
decide.
that's in the minutes
We
as
aren't
well.
always going to agree, and it's not pleasant watching it, how it happens. But I want to say at the end of the day, I think we all have taken an oath that we take care of our citizens. This is a matter of public safety, and I'm really grateful that we have made a decision that will keep our intersections safe and our police not having to deal with so much in the way of distracted driving. They already have enough. Thank you. I will now call on Chief Robert Arrington, our fire chief.
Did you get that? Never put that in the minutes.
Did she put-
Good afternoon, everybody.
afternoon.
Good
Yeah,
afternoon.
that's
Good
correct.
afternoon.
So just a kind of a brief update of what we have going on at the fire department. I don't have the numbers for December, of course, because December is not over. Of the last 3 months, we are right now at about 135 calls. Last 2 days have not been collected. We've had some difficult ones over the past few weeks. So this kind of season has gotten started heavy. On a brighter note, we did have the Mississippi Fire Chiefs Conference here last week. Wish I could have brought y'all some pictures, but this was the first time that we've had this event in Natchez ever. Of course, we've had the summer conference, the firefighters and the fire chiefs. This event was strictly for the fire chiefs, of a smaller event, but one of those things that I wanted to do nonetheless. We had about 200 attendees here in Natchez. We were able to kind of spur some of our events to our local vendors. We spent a day at the brewery. We spent a day with Smoots. I know Route 61, Magnolia Grill, all of those places, we kind of injected some funds into those places. We like to do this conference. It's a 3-day conference. We try to start on Monday, which is kind of the slower days for those vendors. And we pack them out with all of our people here. Everyone loves to come to Natchez, so it was real easy to get them to come here. But and they had a really good time. Over the course of the convention, we got to talk about a bunch of different things that we're dealing with in the fire service. Some of the things that we are also dealing with here in Natchez. I was able to give a presentation on our Rhythm Nightclub, which is a historic fire that happened throughout the United States. Just a cool little thing that happened after I gave that presentation. The next day, I had a fire marshal from Kansas call me to, she wanted my slides and all of that stuff so she can include it into her presentation. So I thought that was awesome. Again, we had about 200 attendees. We kind of gave a shot into the arm of our economic development here in Natchez. So we were proud to do that. This conference is done by the fire department pretty much. The summer conference, the association takes over the role. This conference was, the fire department did it. It was our first time, and I think we did a great job. Our team at the convention center helping out. So want to give y'all that. So one of the things that we talked about is a issue that we're dealing with here in Natchez. We're going to have to change our notification protocols. Right now, the technology that we use is going away. It's obsolete. It's going to go away. We have identified a place, and I'm working with Edmund. He's not here today, but working with Edmund to get a system that works with our radios that will notify the fire stations through the radio system into the fire station. So this will incorporate with our radios rather easily. And it will also work with our dispatch, even with their upgrade. So this will be a better system than what we have going on. I was also able to meet with our state fire marshal's office while they were here. Right now, they are at my office training our firefighters on new response report protocols. So we'll have that training going on for the next 3 days until we get everybody covered on our new report writing systems. That's it. Y'all got any questions for me?
Great job.
Yes, Alderwoman Hall.
Thank you, Chief, for this report and what you do at the for the fire department and your men and women. But the next time you have a conference, notify the board a few days ahead so we can attend.
Yes, ma'am. We'll do. We'll do. And we had Alderman Maroney and Alderman Davis came out to welcome our guests. But next time I'll make sure I have it on everybody's calendar.
Thank you. And Ms. Mayor,
Yes,
again, thank you for a first
Yes,
time having the
ma'am.
conference here. That's great.
We knocking those things down.
That's great.
Those are some of the goals that I had. So
Those are growth. That shows
we're
growth.
getting them going.
And the big one wants to come back.
I got a question.
Yes, Alderman Frazier.
The radio system, you try to get Edmund, the calls come in 911 and they dispatch them through the CAD system.
So the way they dispatch now is a antiquated system. This new system will work where they can dial through on it will work through the radios, but it will kind of be like the station has its own radio. It'll give the station its own radio channel. They'll dispatch us, be able to give us all of the information that we need. And then when the guys respond in the trucks, they can still get any added information.
That upgrade, how much is that upgrade gonna cost?
Not 100% sure right now. I've been working with Jackson Com. They've come kind of walk through the stations to see the things that we'll need. And we'll get a price for that sometime soon. This is a cheaper option though.
Any further discussion or questions? Yes, Alderwoman Hall.
Remember, there was a fire on Marion Avenue, and I got called, and the fire department allegedly never showed up at that fire. And the people said, I know the people on that street who said they called, and I do believe they did ask dispatch, not only for the police, but also for a fire unit. So could that have been part of that miscommunication in the system?
I did check on that call.
Yes, you did.
Dispatch
I called you.
made a choice to just notify the police department because it was small. Once we were notified, I did get somebody out to take care of it. It was rather small, so I guess they did, let the police
But the
make
point
decision.
is, if a fire unit is asked for,
That's what it should be.
If dispatch is asked to send a unit, they should ask for that unit.
Yes, ma'am. And we've had that conversation.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Great job, Chief.
We now come to our city official reports. Alderwoman Hall.
Yes, thank you. I would like the board to please close this meeting in silence. We don't need a prayer, just please close in silence. I'm requesting that in memory of John Wilbert Scott III, the son of Reverend John Scott, and the late Ethel Green Scott, who was buried this past Saturday. And that's why I didn't attend the Christmas parade. It's his family. So We did it, spent family time Saturday with John. And I want to thank Shaquille Williams, Shaq, as we all know, and Rim, who showed up for his funeral, and John's wake, and for the courage and the strength that Shaq showed, giving a testament at John's funeral, at the loss of his friend. So I ask that we close our meeting in John's memory and in silence. Also, the board, mayor and board of aldermen have been invited to participate in the annual caravan starting at New Beginnings Baptist Church this Sunday at 12:30. They're going to ride through neighborhoods for a Christmas parade. And the lineup will be at 12:30. And
From
also,
where?
I'm hoping,
Where does it begin to line up where?
New Beginnings.
New
Baptist
beginnings,
Church.
okay.
Also, I hope to put to rest for the last time, and I want to thank the Democrat for putting an article in their editorial section last week about if people say there isn't anything for people to do in Natchez, especially children, then they don't want to see what's happening in this community. At the end of our meeting our last board meeting, I was outside and speaking with some people who said, in quotations, there's nothing for our kids that's not our recreation, unquote, when I was discussing disc golf and what disc golf means to this community, what the Community Alliance, what our recreation director is doing for disc golf, for the tournaments. And yes, Black people do participate in disc golf. So I know that was a very divisive statement made in my presence to the public, that's not, quote, our form of recreation, unquote. There is, I have seen Black disc golfers here in Natchez at our disc golf tournaments. Here's also a Black disc golfer who put here, I would rather run the woods than the streets. He's playing disc golf. So for that divisive statement to continue to be made in this community, you don't want to recognize what is being done. And I will say that I never saw you and some of these other people who continue to say there isn't anything for our kids to do here at a wee ball, a t-ball, a coach pitch, or a baseball game at Duncan Park, all three fields. For the last 2 years, baseball has been back in this community with over 300 participants of all races. I have never seen you at a wee ball, t-ball, coach pitch, and softball game at the girls softball complex. Not at the swimming pool, not anywhere where recreation is provided for our youth, not at a basketball game, football game for our high schools, not at a track meet, tennis match. There are golf matches that take place in our community. There are golf lessons that go on for every child in this community. So our recreation is for all kids, regardless of race, creed, nationality, and ethnicity. We are here as one Natchez. So those of you who continue to say there isn't anything to do, you don't want it. And again, thank you to the Natchez Democrat for pointing that out again. There's much going on in this community. So, and I would also like to add, for any person who serves on a commission, a City of Natchez commission, if you continue to feel the need in public to be divisive, to degrade, demean what this city is doing for its community members, then please turn in your resignation effective immediately.
Who decides that?
I haven't, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I haven't recognized.
Oh,
Did you
okay.
want to be recognized?
Yes, sir.
Alderwoman Murphy?
Okay, then I'm gonna ask.
I'm sorry. Alderwoman Hall still has the floor.
That's our report.
That's my report. I'm making a statement.
That's our report.
I'm making a statement for anyone who serves on a commission in our community who wants to continue to be out in public, demeaning, being divisive about what this administration does for its community members. Then turn in your resignation, effective immediately. And that concludes my report, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. And Alderman Hall, I think you have spoken very well how we suffer too much from division. I thank you for your stand and your courage in making that stand today. Thank you so much. Alderman Frazier, you're recognized.
Yes, let me just say this. This is the season to be jolly. I understand, like I say, you know, it wouldn't say it to be a joke, but it's the truth. What I want to say is that it's a season to be jolly, but as a community of nations, we don't need another month of what we had last month. All these senseless killing and stuff, and I just hope this community can have a holiday season where we don't have no kind of incident. Drinking, I know everyone's gonna be drinking and driving. Please, if you're gonna drink responsible or get you a designated driver. Because like I say, we have so many people who have been drinking and driving, understandably, accidentally kill somebody because, you know, they've been drinking and driving. It might not be intentional, but things like it happen. And it can also change the life of that person who been drinking and driving. Let's just have a Merry Christmas. I want to say a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone in the community and this board. May we have another prosperous New Year in the year 2026. It's been a hard year, and each year getting harder and harder. But that is the way of politics, and that's the way life go now. Nothing is easy now. Everything is getting hard. So, like I say, let's be responsible this year, and let's have a safe holiday because so much is happening. Talk to your kids about being disrupted because, like I said earlier, everyone wants to have a good holiday. We don't need this tragedy. Like I said, it's just been happening too much now. It's getting so that people like even much me and the other elderly people in the community, not even much the elderly, young, they scared to go anywhere now. Everybody said, no, man, I'm going away. If you see somebody, they going somewhere, you talk to them, they got a pistol in their purse or they got a pistol on their side. So that's the way we're living now. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. We don't care about each other. We don't respect each other. We don't love each other. And it shouldn't be like that. So again, Merry Christmas to everyone in Natchez and a Happy New Year.
Thank you, Alderman Frazier, and Merry Christmas to you. And congratulations on becoming a new great-grandfather.
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
Alderwoman Smith.
I just can't get away from all them girls. God bless me with nothing but a house full of women.
That's a good thing. They'll keep you straight. Alderwoman Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I want to thank the Christmas in Natchez Committee for all their hard work with the tree lighting and making Christmas in Natchez very special. As we always mention, we have volunteers extraordinaire in Natchez, and everybody always steps up. And I think Diane DuPont was the chair, and she talked about being positive and jumping into Natchez with 2 feet. She definitely has done that with all that she volunteers for. So I want to thank her. And I think, Mr. Mayor, we need a motion to cancel our second meeting for the month for Christmas. So I was going to go ahead and get that done, that piece of business done, to make the motion to, we typically have one meeting in the month of December, and so to cancel that, a meeting officially.
Okay, a motion has been made to forego the December 23rd meeting.
Second.
It has been seconded by Alderwoman Irving. Discussion. We'll call for the question. We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay.
Well, that was an easy
The ayes have it.
Emotional.
Motion carries. Rah.
Merry Christmas to everybody, of course. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Alderwoman Smith. Alderwoman Irving.
Okay. I want to start off, and I don't want to sound divisive, but some of the comments that was made earlier, you know, we do have what's called freedom of speech, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion and sharing their thoughts. I do want to say that. The next thing I want to talk about, and that's so important because it's going to allude to what I'm about to say. Mr. Mayor, I want to thank you and the board and for the other members. You all had for some reason not being able to attend and greet the vulnerable monks that were traveling from Fort Worth, Texas, coming across to Louisiana in our third state, the state of Mississippi. And these are not my words, these are the leader's words. After I greeted him, he was so grateful and thankful. But as we began to sit down, you all, this was so surreal to me. So surreal to me because as a child, we talked about monks, but to actually be in the presence of the actual individual or the group of them, you know, living in a monastery. We know that they, in biology, help with cross-pollination of plants. I mean, and you think about this, but they've always been a religious organization. And so hearing the leader of the group said, as he got there, when they crossed over the bridge, he said he felt sad. He felt sad because Mississippi has so much poverty, and that needs to be addressed. And so after I did the presentation of the certificate of recognition, he asked if the audience, and I want to say we had a great turnout. At least 100 plus people were at the safe room on Friday evening. But it was such an opportunity for me, not only for that, but just affirmation, really, of how my faith. It was just reassurance that what their overall mission was the peace walk. And so one of his questions was, how do we get peace? How do we get peace? I said, by showing love, respecting others' opinion. I don't have to go along with it, but I can respect it, and I can most importantly listen. And that we need more love. Because where there's love, it dries out darkness. It dries out all these other things that come in our community. And it was really a reminder. I mean, it was like this inner being inside that connected it. And that's the key word. It made a connection. And that's what they're doing. They're walking. They're going through each community, showing love and talking about mindfulness. How do we get peace? With meditation, with listening, with respecting. That's how we get our inner peace. And then the question was asked, because we know that they're going through 6 other states before they get to DC. I understand the walk, but what's the purpose of the walk once you arrive in DC? And it was to speak with the president, because as the certificate of resignation stated, we're in a crisis and we're dealing with a lot of crisis, but it would be coming from the respect of love, peace. The nation needs peace. Our local communities need peace. Our state need peace. Our nation, globally, we need peace. And again, that has resonated with me. I've known it, but to hear it and to understand, we have a group of monks that are walking, not traveling in a vehicle. God put it in their heart to do the walk, to show, and to meet oncomers as they walk through the communities. They were overly welcomed by the community here. And as we can see from where they're traveled, even to where they're going, sent a video this morning that they were headed to our state capital, in our capital city, Jackson. That was life-changing for me, honestly, to be able to be in the presence of that. Okay, that experience. And then it tied right into my Sunday school lesson. God's word is a life map. Okay, they're showing the road to it with those things that they are walking for, their purpose, love, peace, mindfulness, communication, listening, those kinds of things, and we will have a better world. And to end that, I want to say I wish everyone a safe, happy, and joyous Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. Thank you.
Thank you. I was going to say in my report a thank you. I'll say it
Mhm.
now. Thank you for representing the city
Absolutely.
at that event.
It was my pleasure.
I was out of town and others had conflicts. You were there. You got the blessing. And
I
heard great
did.
things
It was
about
confirmation.
I've heard
It
great
was
things.
affirmation for me
Thank
bringing
you.
it. Mhm.
And Merry Christmas.
And I must say this, Mayor, there were lots of others that shared the same thing, and they're spreading it abroad. That's what the word does.
That's the answer.
It transforms people. Mhm.
Thank you.
All right.
Alderman Davis.
I just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's. And also, last week, I attended the Fire Chiefs Conference. It was a great experience. I talked a little bit on the way out with Mike Chaney, one of your friends, Mayor. Hopefully in the future he can do some things for us to help for some fire trucks, some new fire trucks and stuff. But that's all I want to just wish everybody, up here, we're gonna disagree, but we all want the best for the city.
And it's nothing personal.
That's it. It's nothing personal.
Thank you. Yes.
The senior center having a Christmas party Friday. 12 o'clock.
1 to 4.
Oh, 1 to 4. Okay. All right. At least I put that out.
Thank you, Alderman. I do appreciate you as fire committee chairman being there to represent us with fire chiefs, along with Alderman Maroney being there. I made it there after I got back from my trip to Jackson. It was so good to see everybody and to hear them say that they can't wait to come back. The fire chiefs and the firefighters, they love Natchez. It's a good thing.
They prefer Natchez.
Alderman Maroney?
Thank you. I want to welcome again Jim Marler from the Lieutenant Governor's office. I can't believe Jim sat through this entire meeting. But anyway, thanks for being here. Get a little glimpse of how our town does things. Christmas parade was well attended. I want to thank everybody who came out. Lighting of the Christmas tree was also well done and well attended. Anybody who missed those events, I think you really missed something. It was not our best, at least not my best effort on the Christmas parade. I want to apologize to anybody who got caught up in traffic and some of the stuff after the parade. We had some troubles there, but we'll get all that hammered out and do a better job next time. It's come to my attention that we've had a resignation of Barbara Bruce from the NCPC Commission, and I wanted to go ahead and nominate Donna Sessions. She was one of our previous applicants. I think that we had all talked about, and I think she was well qualified. And I thought it might be a good idea here before the end of the year to just go ahead and make that appointment, get that done.
All right. All right. A motion's been made by Alderman Maroney and seconded by Alderman Hall. Discussion?
Yes.
Yes. Alderman Frazier?
Shouldn't that be put out to the public first? For everyone to apply? I don't have any issues, but the issues that I have is that just let them, the public be informed that there is the opening. We're just going to appoint somebody. I don't think we should do that right now.
Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Alderwoman Hall has her hand raised.
When we went through the first 2 people that we have nominated and voted on to be put on that commission with the first 2 resignations, the board was asked to consider 3 people at that time. And I think Ms. Sessions had already applied at that time, and she was one of the ones, I think, chosen that was brought to this committee. So.
Okay.
And when we knew that there was going to be a possible 3rd resignation, possibly this month.
Alderwoman Smith?
She clarified that. Yes, we were prepared that we would need one later from that we opened up to the public.
So we did choose
But
3 and brought 3.
Alderman Davis?
That's 3 months ago. And you might have some new applicants or something. That's 3 months ago when they did that. Everybody didn't agree on that though, 3 months ago.
Most of the board did.
The board probably did, but everybody didn't agree. But we probably have somebody, better applicant now. I don't want, she can apply again, that's how I figured, for this time. Might can get somebody better.
Okay, thank you. Alderman
Never
Maroney.
know.
Yeah, I was just making that nomination just because I knew that happened, and we had talked about all that. We were gonna have these openings, and we took those, and so I was thinking it's really just a continuation of that process and just kind of finalizing it.
Okay. Alderwoman Irving.
Yes, sir. I just want to say, we've already set precedents as to how this process should take place. So I agree with my colleague Alderman Frazier and Alderman Davis. I think we need to re-advertise these bids out so we don't allow, I just got a call yesterday about why is there an imbalance with our planning commission? I mean, you got, and what I mean, racially divided. How do you build a board with the consensus that you're going to get anything happen? These were their words to me. And so, again, we advertise it out and carry it throughout the process. That's what I wanted to ask.
What are we talking about imbalance? We're all one team. It's all Natchez. We're not a black team and a white team. Why do we keep going down this road?
Well, you ask your public that.
That's not.
Ask your public that. That's why
no
public
idea what that
input
has
is
to
so
do with
important.
anything. That just blows my mind that you would say that.
Well, I blow my mind because I'm only repeating what was shared with me.
I'm just entertaining.
And that's what I'm telling you. This
I'm
is what.
recognizing Alderman Davis, you're recognized.
Well, it shouldn't be no problem with re-advertising.
Absolutely.
That's right.
That's
right
it. That's it. And I just shared what experience I had. You want me to be honest and forthcoming, and I am.
We did that about 3+ months ago.
Alderman Smith is recognized.
That went out as we knew we needed 3. That went out and everybody that was interested applied. And we have 2 qualified people. One has more experience in the tourism industry, the one that was nominated. The other one was good too, but y'all are saying you disrespecting them by saying neither one of them is good enough when they took the time, sent in letters and resumes, and have shown such beautiful interest and willingness to volunteer. And because there's a race issue, and that's what y'all are making it, and it's unfortunate. But anyway, everybody can give their moment. I'm not trying to take away anybody's moment. They'll just call the question and just vote. It's out.
When a vacancy come up on the job, anything, they apply for it.
We knew
that's what we go by.
We knew they were going to.
That's what the president is.
Alderman Frazier.
Let me say this, Mr. Mayor. Some people ain't gonna like what I'm gonna say. I simply stated that we need to put it out to the public, which just showed what I'm trying to say. It shows that we're trying. Now, if the board decides to go with this individual, he is just nominated, that's fine. But also, let me say this, and what Ms. Irvin was stating, and like I say, some people ain't gonna like this. What she's simply stating, if you're in a town that's 52% black or 62% black, there should be some kind of representation on the board. Now, I don't know, but like I say, that's the way it's supposed to be. Mm-hmm. But like I say, and as Maroney say, we shouldn't be getting into these arguments about race. But that's the way it is now, and that's the way the world is.
Mr. Mayor.
I'm not doing.
Where's your conversation about it?
Alderman
Like
Frazier,
say,
you still have the floor.
Yeah, and I'm not.
I'm sorry, I need to order. Alderman Frazier has the floor.
But that's just the way it is. But as I say, we should be a community that's together. We should be. But and like I said, I'm just gonna face reality. We're not. We're not a community together. And some people ain't gonna like this, but that's the way it's supposed to be. And like I say, that's why I say put it out there. If it go to a tie, the mayor break it, whoever break it, that's fine. We're gonna accept it. That's the only thing. But like I say, we just like she was saying about the community, the other way, her constituent. But like I say, we shouldn't be doing this, because I can sit there and talk all day about race and what we're gonna do and shouldn't be doing. But this board should be as one, not divided on racial issues. That's just the way it is.
Okay, thank you. Alderwoman Hall?
Yes, sir. We had 6 applicants from our pool. One was a black mayor who had to relinquish, not We had to relinquish some issues that we addressed with our ethics commission, as did others, and they recused themselves from that list. They removed themselves for the very same issues. And that black man was placed on that commission. And then we did what we were asked to do. We were asked to consider 3 people because we knew possibly a third person was going to resign December 2025. And 3 people were brought to the board from the tourism committee. One of those people was Ms. Sessions, who has been nominated and seconded. And I called the question.
Okay, the question's been called. We will proceed to a vote. Alderwoman Hall.
Aye.
Alderman Frazier.
Nay.
Alderwoman Smith.
Aye.
Alderwoman Irving.
Nay.
Alderman Davis.
Nay.
Alderman Maroney.
Aye.
Wow, I'm having to break 2 ties in one meeting, and I don't like breaking ties.
It's okay. You have to
But
do what you have
I
to
do
do.
want to make this statement. We've made a lot of appointments since I've been mayor, and I'm very proud of the appointments we've made, including our police chief, our fire chief, our city planner. I look around, Parks and Rec. I'm looking at Mr. Davis, Ms. Monroe. In all of these, I have considered qualifications. I believe it is a real problem in our country when we try to boil everything down that we don't agree with into a discussion on race. I didn't hear this when we have made appointments to the contrary. I just am so grateful that we have great people in Natchez who want to serve. Also, I do want to underscore, we did have a very transparent process. We had a very well-publicized time period. We had people who indicated their interest. We had 6. We went through interviews with all 6. Every alderman was invited to those interviews. We also provided all of the resumes, and it was determined that out of those 6, there were 2 who had to withdraw their interest because they were on committees that received funds from Visit Natchez. And as Alderwoman Hall has pointed out, that was deemed by the Ethics Commission to be improper. Mr. Marsalis showed great community spirit in saying that he would serve at the expense of foregoing any Visit Natchez support for his nonprofit, MVP Fitness. We also had an individual, Sheila Lehrman, very qualified in marketing background and promotion background, willing to serve without any, reservations whatsoever. We had Daniel Giddon, a banker who has exceptional credentials, and there's absolutely nothing in his way to serve, but he, obviously has not had the tourism experience. We have Donna Sessions, who's been involved in Natchez tourism for decades, who also, like Mr. Marsalis said, serving my community is so important to me. If the organization I'm attached to has any money coming from Visit Natchez, we will forego that funding. So if this is, someone with such a community spirit, then why are we going to bar her from serving? We've already made that opportunity for Mr. Marsalis. It would be very unfair for us to then deny that opportunity to Ms. Sessions. And so I'm about to, vote, and I think you can tell I'm going to break the tie in the affirmative for the motion. But I also want to make this statement. I just thank all of those who are willing to serve. And I thank the other members that we have on our Visit Natchez. John Grady Burns has graciously stepped aside from his participation in a nonprofit that received funding from Visit Natchez in order to continue serving. You have Robbie Furge, who has been such a great member and such a great friend to all that we're doing in Natchez. And when I look also at Jenny Gatto, who is with not only so experienced in Natchez, but now with the Mississippi Tourism Association. We're looking for qualifications. We've got a lady here who is so interested that this is her second time in 2 years to apply. if we were to overlook those qualifications, I would say then we're doing something underhanded. And so I gladly
William
break the
Terrell
tie
removed himself.
in the affirmative. Yes.
I feel, we hear the peace and the love and this talk, and we're overcoming race issues and all this. And then we come in, there's no reason this woman was not qualified. She was, and she did a great job in the interviews. I mean, I feel like some introspection, some thought about actions to be thought of. I've kept my mouth shut. I've seen this over and over happen. I've been on this board now for 13 years, I'm my 14th year. And I've kept my mouth shut when I've seen this happen over and over. And I don't do this when I'm voting for someone that's not white. I mean, I have voted over and over and over and over so many times and supported people, but I've seen this happen so often. And it's just hard to come to another conclusion that it's not somehow racial. And I think that makes me sad.
It makes me sad as well. Yes, Alderman Davis.
The decision I made wasn't made on the race or nothing like that. Yes, so it wasn't made on right. It's on what's right. Because you can put in another application and be voted on and get that position. It wasn't voted on no race for me.
Okay. Thank you, Alderman Davis. I
just think it should the right way is
and I want to echo what you said. We don't always agree. I sat here this morning, ate something this morning with a group of our youth leadership. And I shared with them the fact that, we don't always agree, but I invoke the words of Barack Obama all the time, who famously said, we can disagree without being disagreeable. And let that be what we endeavor to do. Alderman Maroney, do you have anything further in your report?
No, thank you.
Thank you, and Merry Christmas. I tell you, though, I know this has been challenging, but at the same time, I'm grateful for everyone who serves here on this board. Thank you for your reports. We now move to our city clerk for her report. Madam Clerk.
Thank you. Keep it short and sweet. First is a request for approval of the December 9th claims docket.
What's the pleasure of the board? Motion made by Alderwoman Hall, seconded by Alderman Davis. Discussion. We'll call for the question. We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries. Next item.
Next item is a request for approval of the December 9th mini claims docket.
What's the pleasure of the board?
Second.
Motion made by, who made the motion? Alderwoman Smith, seconded by Alderwoman Hall. Discussion? We'll call for the question. We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries. Next item.
Next item is a request for approval of the November 2025 personnel report.
So moved.
Motion made by Alderman Davis. Discussion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Alderwoman Hall. Discussion. We will proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries. Does that conclude
That
your
concludes my
report?
report.
Thank you. Mr. Attorney?
Have no report, Mr. Mayor. I am scheduled to be in court at 1:30. We do
Okay.
have a very quick executive session that needs to take place.
All right. It's my understanding in executive session, we're discussing a matter of litigation.
That's correct.
We are also discussing a matter of a real estate transaction, potential real estate transaction. So we will have that executive session shortly. I'm going to make it short and sweet for everyone. My report is just to thank everyone for the great demonstration of Christmas cheer and of our Thanksgiving season and all of the nonprofits. I mentioned it in my message to the people this weekend, and I hope we are all supporting those who are in need and those causes that we need to support, not just at Christmas, but throughout the year. Thinking about the Terra Fire Fund that has been established at Delta Bank locations. Thank you, Delta Bank, for doing that. We want to also acknowledge DuPont is in need, always in need, especially at the holidays. But I also want to say the Mayor's Youth Council has adopted several needy families, and if you would like to contribute certain items, toys, you can do so at any drop locations at area schools and also at City Hall. So much more I could say, but right now we have to move on into our executive session. And yes, Alderwoman Hall.
Can you just share a little bit about this upcoming meeting on our Forks to Freedom Corridor project?
I'm not prepared to speak to that at the moment. I know that that's been out there. Mr. Burke has been working on that. I can't speak at the moment about it. I do know that Mr. Johnston's working with Neil Schaefer and working very hard.
But is our planning director also abreast of what's going on?
And
It should be.
And I can't speak to all of that right now. I'm sorry, but happy to talk to you after the meeting. I was about to mention this, and Mr. Burke, you just reminded me. I was so sad to hear about the passing of Lynn Smith, Nancy Lynn Smith, the longtime manager of Terra Apartments. Over the course of this weekend, our police chief has been attending her funeral today, and so in addition to John Scott III, I also want us to close today in silence for Lynn Smith. It is a sad loss in our community. She did so much for Natchez, and she was such an encourager and friend to Marla and me. And we especially lift up her family and also her little granddaughter, Anna, who she poured her heart and soul into.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
if I may add, there was a young man, 41 years of age, passed and funeralized him this past Saturday. Maurice Dunmore Jr. His father was the manager of the Kentucky Fried for a number of years, from here to Vicksburg to Faraday, Louisiana, and he was funeralized this past weekend.
So
So
sorry.
add his name to the list if you don't mind.
Thank you.
Keeping that family in prayer.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Mhm.
Well, with that said, we will now entertain a motion to go into closed determination for executive session.
So moved.
Motion
Second.
made by Alderman Davis and seconded by Alderwoman Irving. Discussion, we'll call for the question. We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it, motion carries. We are now in a closed determination. We'll have it right here. We have to discuss two items, and that is the item pertaining to litigation and then prospective real estate transaction. And I believe those two items do qualify, Mr. Attorney?
Yes, sir, Mr. Mayor, under Mississippi Code annotated section 2541-7, under subsection A, subsection B, excuse me, strategy sessions or negotiations with respect to prospective or actual litigation. This is actual litigation. And also under G, the transaction of business and discussion of the prospective purchase, sale, or leasing of lands. Both qualify for executive session and are exceptions to the Open Meetings Act.
All right, thank you so much. We will now entertain a motion to go back into our regular session and adjourn our. All right, motion made by Alderwoman Hall, seconded by Alderwoman Smith. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it, motion carries. We will now entertain a motion to go into executive session for the reasons that have been described.
So moved.
Motion made by Alderman Davis,
Second.
seconded by Alderman Maroney. Discussion, we'll call for the question. We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it, motion carries. We will now go into our executive session. We will end the live feeding. By the way, I just got reminded to give a shout out. We are reminded by our animal lovers every year during the holidays to remember your pets and those who do so much for our pets. So I'm making that announcement before we are offline. And also remember our sick and shut in. They need always our extra care during this time. God bless you. Merry Christmas. We will.